Secretary General Gopio International to give few words.
His Excellency, Mr. B.M. Reddy, Prof. Ravi, President of FICCI, Mr. Dato' Selvam, Mr. Guna, President of Gopio Malaysia, friends, on behalf of Gopio International and Gopio Malaysia, I would like to welcome all of you to this official launch and press conference of the Malaysia Business Council Business Conference, which will be held in Selangor Club on May 30th. Plus, is also a launch to the second Gopio International Business Conference in Puducherry, which is going to be held from 22 to 24th August. The whole idea is, I think I would like to share this, most of you may agree, it is very important that we, as the Indian community here, we engage our youth and also everybody into entrepreneurial activities. We have very strong support from the what we call chambers with us, and even in the Puducherry thing, we have the support of the state government of Puducherry. So that is the extent that Gopio has worked. And I want to take this opportunity to actually thank the High Commissioner of India and the High Commissioner himself, Mr. B.M. Reddy, was always very helpful as far as Gopio is concerned in organizing things, which is always in our heart to make sure it benefits our Indian community. Now, I would like to call upon all of you to take this opportunity to actually understand what we are trying to do, because at the end of the day, it is important that as seniors of this community, prepare the platform for the next level of youngsters so that they can carry on the legacy of what we are: hardworking, business people, we are always truthful, we are always willing to learn. All this has to be inculcated to our younger generation, and as seniors, I think it's important. One of the areas that is very important for now in the current scenario of the country, yes, you have your culture, your value, but if you don't have the money, it's also difficult. And one area to excel, which we have excelled, as those days, if you study the history, it was our people who came in their ships in trading. We see Mr. Ravinda here, Rigo, Kalinga people were here, all the trade people. We are basically business community. The DNA is business. I think over the time in Malaysia we have lost it. Now we need to revive so that we are back to where we are, so that we can make our ancestors proud and make sure that the sacrifice that they have done in taking risk becomes a reality. With that, I once again thank all of you for being here. Let's have a good session. There will be Q&A so that we can make both the conferences in Malaysia and also in what we call in Puducherry a success. In Puducherry, there will be 30 to 40 country people from PIOs from all over the world will be coming, which is going to be very meaningful, so that we are, in fact, we are ready in the road show. Mr. Guna, Mr. Sivam, we are ready. In fact, this weekend we are going to Medan. Then next weekend we are going to Jakarta, and we are also going to Europe. And also we are going to Vietnam, Thailand, and Southeast Asia, just to market the conference. So we are really going all out on our side. So we need the full support, and I hope we can take about 100 delegates from Malaysia to the Puducherry conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Siva Dore Raj, Chairman Gopio Malaysian Business, for a short presentation.
I'm back again. Ladies and gentlemen, all of us are here on this afternoon to cherish and then celebrate this launching. But we already have sad news where our previous Malaysian Prime Minister have disease. So it is rightful for us to observe 1 minute silence. So I'd like to ask everybody to stand up and then we'll observe 1 minute silence. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Again, on this warm and auspicious day, all of us are here in the launching of a very special program, which is Gopio Malaysia and Gopio International's program, namely. And the first one we're going to launch is in May 30th. That is Gopio Entrepreneurs Forum and Networking Dinner 2025 in Royal Selangor Club, Dataran. Yeah, all of us you know. And then I can see a lot of faces here, family faces, and some of you are from Singapore and then also from France and other countries. And welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen. And I would like to address also the media partners. Thank you very much for coming. And let's start again. And this particular networking forum and then entrepreneurs forum is going to be a special event whereby we are only selecting 200 entrepreneurs. We have a lot of people coming in and asking to be joined, but we are limiting to 200 only. And these 200 entrepreneurs will be getting a lot of information about entrepreneurship and then the business current situation and market trend and economic performance throughout the world. And everybody is talking about tariffs around the world, but we will forego that and we will be talking about the intricacies of being an entrepreneur and how to go global and how to go from a simple SME, small medium enterprise, to how you're going to go for IPO. IPO stands for initial price offer. And we are also going to see how we're going to have the opportunities in the ASEAN region, and there's a lot of opportunity in ASEAN region. When we were mitigating and we were talking about it, we have a special idea from His Excellency himself, and he said, why don't we talk about ASEAN? The opportunities, that is our Excellency Honorable, the High Commissioner. And we have taken heed on that, and we are also going with it. And we have speakers around the world again, as I mentioned, and they're going to talk about on these areas. And it is not going to be a waste; it's going to be a gain for the business people, and it's going to be one of its kind going to happen in Malaysia and in the Royal Selangor Club. So, if you have heard about it, I'm very happy. If you haven't heard about it, today is the day for you to know more, and stay back for you to get more information, and you will be furnished with all the information, and you can go back to the person who have invited you, and that person will be delighted to explain about the details about all these programs. Yeah, and once again, welcome on board. And I can see a lot of entrepreneurs over here, twinkling eyes, and then to the future, not millionaire, billionaire. So I can see a lot of billionaires sitting in front of me. Don't forget me, I am giving you some competitive aids. Please rope me in also. Yeah. With that, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good day. And I will give back this mic to the floor to our MC of the day, Ms. Kavya. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ivan. Now we would like to invite Mr. Gunas Adrian, our president, to have a few words.
Waalaikum. Namaste, selamat tengah hari pada semua hadirin hari ini. Excellency Mr. V.N. Reddy, High Commissioner of India to Malaysia, Dr. Ponusami, President Gopio International, Mr. Ravindran, Secretary General Gopio International, Dr. Vivek, Mr. Sashi, Vice President Gopio Malaysia, Mr. Gopal, Secretary General Gopio Malaysia, Dr. Sivam, Chairman Gopio Malaysia Business Council, Dato' Tamil Selvam, President FIKIM, or we have Dato' Kandarao, thank you for coming, Prof. Ravi, we have Mr. delegate from the Malaysian Punjabi diaspora here, Dato', members of Gopio and friends. Dr. Sivam just mentioned about Gopio, we call it Malaysia's Entrepreneur Forum. It's coming on the 30th of May. I'll be touching on the Puducherry, the road to Puducherry, GIBC International Business Summit. They are launching today. This initiative marks a significant milestone for the Global Indian Business Council, GIBC, as we aim to establish a strong foothold in India, the fifth largest economy in the world, which is projected to become the third largest by 2030, with a GDP anticipated to reach USD 5 trillion. Excellency, it's a baby step to India, as we need to learn much about India's businesses and economy. India is not an easy place to do business. All of you all know a lot of people have gone into India and burned their fingers. Of course, there are some large corporations has done well, and there are successful entrepreneurs as well. But we want to take this baby step so that we can learn and then slowly move to, in higher scale. India's vast landscape is home to 28 diverse states, each with distinct economic strengths and areas of potential growth. Notably, almost 10 states, Excellency, please correct me if I'm wrong, including about 10 states, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and so on, are strategically aiming to achieve a $1 trillion economy by 2030. I'm talking about each states. I think that is their goal. Collectively, India's GDP is forecasted to surge to around USD 10 trillion. Of course, 5 trillion by 2030. This is my own projection. Probably by 2035, India could reach the $10 trillion GDP economy. As these states progress, it is expected that neighboring states will develop their own strategies to achieve similar economic growth. The immense potential of India's growth trajectory over the next decade presents a wealth of opportunity for both local and international businesses. I hope you guys will understand. That's why we want to take us to not only Malaysian PIOs, of course Malaysian PIOs being the largest or second largest or 3 million population in Malaysia. We want to handhold with other PIOs, other countries, so that we can grow, progress together. Just to give you an example, to illustrate, China implemented its open economy policy in 1980, I think all of you are aware, leading to its current status as global economic powerhouse with an economic value at roughly $17 trillion now. Chinese goods have flooded global markets, exemplified by last month's, I just read a report today, last month's report of $103 billion trade surplus with United States. Just while our President Donald Trump and imposed the tariff, is already 103 billion surplus last month, talking about March, in United States. In response to this development, President Donald Trump enacted tariffs aimed at protecting the US economy. However, it is noteworthy that countries such as Malaysia and India have been almost those less affected, disaffected by these tariffs. I read these Middle East countries has been imposed only about 10%, and then talking about they want to shift to manufacturing and so on and so forth. But we are already have an infrastructure, especially Malaysia, positioning us uniquely to capitalize on the shifting trade landscape. We have the infrastructure ready to move ahead. As Malaysian, we must navigate these challenges strategically to seize the opportunities that arise in what can be viewed as tariff war. Some of you know about it, I don't dwell into that. At GIBC, we are committed to taking proactive steps to facilitate meaningful networking between Indian diaspora businesses with Indian enterprises. I'm talking about Indian in India. Not only with India, but outside India as well. By leveraging our collective resources, insight, connection, we can foster collaboration that drives mutual growth and success. Our vision is to create a robust support network where businesses can thrive, they share best practices, and explore new market opportunities together. We are 35 million Indian diaspora outside India. So we want to see how we can enhance our network for the future growth. We also have to take up a study on the PIO economic, the size of PIO's economic outside India. What is the 35 million consist? How many percentage are in businesses? How many are working class, and so on? After this summit in Puducherry, Excellency, GIBSO will like to start a chapter under the international business on economic or PIO economic forum, something like that. We want to do a study how is the effective of PIOs contributing towards the nation, plus towards India, and among the PIO themselves. That study will need to be done. I think Prof. Ravi is here. Maybe you can give some opinion on that. Puducherry Business Summit represents our collective ambition to harness the potential of the burgeoning market. I invite each of you to engage activity in this initiative. Share your ideas, collaborate, and project that will enable us to achieve our ambitious target within the next decade. Because, of course, we are having SMEs and small medium enterprise coming over and working with us. This is we see this is a way to part of supply chain to a bigger industry. For your information, Excellency, our advisor to Prime Minister, Mr. Shan, Tuan Shan, has even spoke to me during the Odisha conference that how could the Indian companies, Indian-based company that based in Malaysia, could give helping hand to our brothers and sisters doing a small business as a supply chain to supply to these industries. I don't know whether I have spoken to you. But it is another way that India could give helping hand to start this process, so that even we will develop ourselves so that we can also become a supply chain to India itself, to their conglomerates or corporate and so on and so forth. Let us come together to capitalize on the vast economic opportunity ahead, build a prosperous future for our businesses and communities. I see Dr. Adiza is here from Singapore. Thank you for coming. The gentleman is from France, is it?
France.
Okay, good. Thank you for your attention and support. I'd like to thank everyone for your to come here. I look forward to embarking on this transformative journey with all of us. Let us meet after this session. Thank you very much. Nandri Wantam.
Thank you, Mr. Bina. Now we'd like to invite our chief guest on stage, Mr. D.M. Reddy.
First of all, thank you, Madam Kavya, for helping us with this conduct of this evening's function. Dr. Ponnuswamy, President Gopio International, Mr. Gunasegaran, President Gopio Malaysia, Mr. Ravindran, Secretary General Gopio International, Dr. Sivam Dorairaja, Chairman Gopio Malaysia Business Council, Prof. Ravichandran Murthy, I think the intellectual and academic pillar of Gopio movement in Malaysia, Dr. Tamil Selvam, President Vikim, and my very old good friend Suresh Rasya, Mr. Gopal, of course, Mr. Shashi, Vice President of Gopio Malaysia, Mr. Gopal, Secretary General Gopio Malaysia, then friends from media. I see several other colleagues in the room on behalf of the High Commission of India, and having to participate in this event is a real delight. At the very outset, I want to thank Dr. Sivam for reminding us today. I think Malaysia lost a great son of Malaysia, I would say. Former Prime Minister Tun Abdullah Badawi. This morning we were at the mosque right in the Kuala Lumpur, where there was a state funeral being organized, which has just been concluded at about 1:30 p.m. today. I was very. It is a sad moment, in a sense of the term, for a person who had contributed so immensely as a leader, as a visionary for Malaysia, Malaysia's integration with ASEAN. And I myself had the fortune and privilege of meeting in the context of ASEAN meetings in Jakarta way back in 1996. So it is a very rich feeling that we all have, and particularly so late Abdullah Badawi's contribution in sort of a kind of rekindling India-Malaysia relations. And major steps were taken as Tun had assumed the Prime Ministership of Malaysia in 2007. Well, it's good to remember these great leaders, because efforts that are being made in improving the bilateral relations. There are several events, several individuals whom we in India would like to remember, particularly in the context of advancing our bilateral relations. I like to place a very high sense of high degree of respect and we conveyed to Abdullah Badawi, and also had the opportunity of conveying our deep condolences on behalf of my government of India, High Commission of India, earlier to the family members. Well, I think coming to the event today, first of all, allow me to commend Gopio Malaysia Business Council, which is naturally very heavily supported by Gopio Malaysia and Gopio International, in launching yet another initiative to bring together the entrepreneurial leaders, and particularly in this context, as I can see the emphasis being given to the youth, young entrepreneurs of the Malaysian Indian community in Malaysia as well as in other countries, the Indian diaspora in other countries, particularly as we have a colleague right away from France who is here, and also I see many other country leaders join events that are organized by Gopio International as well as Gopio Malaysia. Now here, in this context, I think this particular initiative to have this Gopio Entrepreneur Forum and Networking Dinner in May, that is next month, and to have this Gopio International Business Summit and Expo Awards, etc. in Puducherry in later part of the year, which is again to be held in August this year. I think these are, in my view, are the most impactful events that you could conceive of from among the Indian diaspora. Particularly, I'll explain why is it so. Before I proceed further, I think let's talk about look at the background under which these initiatives will find much better traction, much better appreciation by both the countries. In this context, certainly Malaysia and India. Firstly, I think Mr. Guna, the President of Gopio Malaysia, a little while ago mentioned about what India is aspiring to be in the coming years. We are already the 5th largest economy. As things stand, by next year, as predicted by several leading economists, that India to become the 4th largest by next year and to become the 5th largest, sorry, the 3rd largest well before 2030. Now, it is here the leadership of India, led by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, has set a target of India to become a developed country by 2047. And in this context, we've had, after the announcement was made, we've had a recently Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in India, at which it was on both occasions, the last two Pravasi Bharatiya Divas that have been held, the main theme has been how India can engage with the Indian diaspora so that they can become partners of India in India's vision to become a developed country. So we are giving a lot of emphasis as a country to the rich contributions of Indian diaspora all over the world, and certainly so in Malaysia, which has the 2nd largest, as you know, persons of Indian origin, and also have been contributing richly in this conversation. And here again, I want to commend Gopio, the large sense, Gopio Malaysia, Gopio International, in taking this initiative very seriously and partnering with us in several platforms. And the second part of the background is, as we all know, that Malaysia is on the verge of becoming a high-income country. Under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Yang Amat Barhama Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, I think several initiatives have been launched, and it's only a matter of time, immediate future, that Malaysia would become a high-income country. So, and also given the efforts that are being made by Government of Malaysia through various platforms to develop that entrepreneurial skills within the country, I think that also augurs very well in the efforts of Gopio Malaysia and its partners in having those initiatives which are now cross-country based, which is where this is event now being planned for the first time in Puducherry of a kind which I think will have significance and also will definitely bear good results in my view as the program gets evolved and more details are announced in the coming days. Well friends, I think all these things, if I can say with great confidence, are not happening in vacuum. I think it is a very sincere and a highly motivated and committed group of people who are sitting in this room who have contributed immensely in driving this process to the level where we are in right now. I want to specially mention, as I said a little while ago, Dr. Ponuswamy, I think, has been at the heart of this movement ever since India has decided to engage with the diaspora in a more intense manner. Then you have Mr. Guna, the current president of Gopio Malaysia, then of course Mr. Ravi, Secretary General Gopio International, and all others who are associated with them. I think they have been, let's say, visualizing the engagement and bringing together the diaspora in Malaysia, and also connecting them with the rest of the world in different denominations. And it is here the journey began. I am very fortunate to be part of this process. The first, as we call, conceptualizing this PIO Day, Malaysia, or Person of Indian Origin Day, Malaysia. I think it was done for the first time in June of 2023. Given the importance of this event, my government has decided to have a representation coming from the Minister of State for External Affairs, Shri then Minister MOS, Mr. V. Muralidharanji. And it actually set the tone for, I must say that it was the first time, I think, in the annals of Gopio Malaysia, that a federal minister from India, and then we had the then federal minister of Malaysia of Human Resources, who they jointly inaugurated this event. I think this reflects I would say the recognition by both the governments of the importance of the initiatives taken by Gopio Malaysia and Gopio International in connecting and creating that particular togetherness. I think they deserve a round of applause from all of us. Again here, the initial efforts were to bring together that diversity, that richness of culture, richness of traditions, richness of beliefs that are there in Malaysia coming together. And this is where, again, I want to add one more point which is important, is for the first time they were able to bring together all, let me use the word, denominations of Indian community in Malaysia. It was not just the Tamil speaking, but they also made good efforts in bringing, as I said, as far from Melaka, from all parts of Malaysia, number one. Number two, diverse Indian community groups, be it the Sikh community in Malaysia, representative today we have it amidst us. Similarly, the Gujarati, the Odia, of course, our own guru is here, Doctor. And the point I'm making is that togetherness which Gopio has tried to bring to the table has really helped in making this as a moment which is worth its while to look at it, quite apart from bringing the representatives of Gopio chapters from different countries. I mean, I could see that time we had from Singapore, Mauritius, Australia, New Zealand, and Sri Lanka, and several other countries who joined for the first time at the PIO International. I want to emphasize this backdrop, I use the word backdrop, so that we all appreciate that event that is going to take place has that potential and the necessary drive, not just to make it a success, but also an event where it truly should take that particular energy of the PIO communities in the business sector. Well, I must also add here, it was also for the first time that PIO Academic Forum, to provide the intellectual power to this movement, was launched, and it is here I can see that Dr. Ravi Chandan has played a stellar role. I want to commend you for your performance. Again, it was at that event that a kind of a discussion that took place. I do recall very vividly Mr. Guna, Mr. Ravi, of course, Dr. Pondu, Swami, all others. And I don't forget the backbone of many of these events is Shashi, who was sitting behind. I know Vice President, he takes a very important role in all this, putting them together. Now, it was this, while the forum was taking place, there was this discussion about, can we bring the entrepreneurs of the PIO community together? And trust me, in no less than a couple of months, a decision was taken, and at which they decided to have, I would call, the first ever Gopio, or the word Global Organization for People of Indian Origin, Gopio International Business Summit and Expo was launched in December 2023. And this also, again, I would say, is a very important event, which my government recognized as important enough. So we had another Minister of State for External Affairs, Dr. Raj Ranjan Singh, was in sort of representing India at this particular event. So I am very happy again that this was supported equally well, wherein we had also the participation at the very high level, at a federal minister level, at the same event. So this again added another chapter into the where both the governments of India and Malaysia coming and recognizing the importance of the events that are being organized by Gopio and various chapters both in Malaysia and well outside. Again, taking forward in 2024, like last year, the second PIO day was done. Again, this time we've had, in September though it was, and we've had another Minister of State, which is the current Minister of State for External Affairs, Kirti Vardhan Singh Ji, had come to join this event. Again, emphasis was from Government of India, the importance that we attach to your let's say, coming together and organizing events in your own countries, and thereby also looking at the possibilities of conveying our support in that manner, and also giving the local governments the importance that we would believe that should also be attached to these local efforts. I think it is this moment that has started over the last 2 years now, as I see it, is now culminating in the next step, another major initiative. I'm so delighted that the Tamil Selvam just now, as I was walking in, informed me that he's very happy to associate from Pikim's side in this particular in both the events. And I'm sure with the support of several other business, let's say, associations and groups, the initiatives that are being taken from time to time, and particularly so in the entrepreneurial segment. Again, let me give my personal experience. As you all know, that I've served in Malaysia way back in 2008-11 period. And I must confess and I must acknowledge that come 10, 12 years down the road, 2021, 22, there's a remarkable improvement, I would say. See, Indian community in Malaysia have always excelled in studies, and thereby by able to take that particular leap into be it in the form of doctors, be it in the form of in the legal fraternity, significant presence has been made by virtue of and several of them have taken to these professional courses. But what was lacking earlier was this particular drive to do more of entrepreneurial activities. But I think that significant shift is taking place, and I find it vividly whenever I go out and meet in different platforms on that kind of thing. So it is here that the first Gopio International Business Summit that was launched was truly a very important landmark. And now it is being taken to the next scale, where it is now going to be held in India, and wherein Malaysian businesses would join in and partner with the Indian businesses who are very much welcoming the participation of the entrepreneurs from Malaysia to India. Again, here I entirely acknowledge what Mr. Gunar, the president of Gopio Malaysia, said a little while ago about the challenging business environment in India. Trust me, I think you all know, many of you who are in the business, business is always a challenge, because those the beginners, there are those who are someone who are done well for a certain period of time, and those who are doing exceedingly well also. All the time, the opportunities are there, but the challenges are galore, because the competition is always very strong. And that's more so in India, particularly because there is a new energy that has been unleashed in India, particularly in the form of not just companies taking the lead, but also individuals who have ideas, are able to convert into startups. I just want to add here, when you do travel to India, try and make startups as an important segment of your engagement in India, because the startup world is growing very, very fast. For example, just to mention a small indicator, we had about 500 odd startups in 2017 or so. And today we have about 150,000 startups, very close to that. They're growing at a rapid rate, covering the entire spectrum of activities of human existence, human life. So here again, trust me, they're all for money, to make good money out of that. It is not that they're doing, there could be a certain element of social responsibilities being also coming into, but majority of them, or all of them rather, I would say, have the business drive, have the drive to make that particular idea into a product being marketed, and thereby able to generate as much revenue as possible. In fact, we have now over 110 what they call unicorns, which are more than $1 billion of market capitalization. So what I'm trying to emphasize is, at least I found certainly in our High Commission's experience, as when we held this what we call India-ASEAN Startup Summit in Kuala Lumpur, about 45 Indian startups when they came here, and they interacted with the with the Malaysian startup world, where I do know for sure that the leadership from Gopio were present at several of these events. They are very, very they make a very compelling story why you should become engaging with them more intensely and bringing them into the fold, and thereby able to take this whole process forward. Once again, with this background and a backdrop which I given both, the event that is going to be planned both in May as well as in August, I'm very confident it will become very successful, and it will certainly add yet another very important chapter in the efforts of the Indian community in Malaysia, linking up, first energizing those energies within the country and then taking it to India, and there I'm sure as you're planning to have representatives of the businesses also coming from other countries, will certainly add the much needed momentum to your effort, to your efforts as we go along. With these words, I wish to again commend Gopio Business Council and also the leadership of Gopio for planning to organize these events and for having the launch today. And I'm very happy to be part of this process. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, please remain on the stage. We're going to have the launching, soft launching, and I would like to call upon Mr. Guna, Mr. Ravi, Mr. Ponu, Dr. Ponu, and Mr. Sashi on the stage, please. And Mr. Gopal, please come on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, just now very nicely said by His Excellency. Now we're going to have a soft launch, and the launching is being done by His Excellency, and we shall start the launching now. So with this, both the program and event are being launched by His Excellency. Thank you. Your Excellency, please remain on the stage. We're going to have a Q&A, question and answer. Question and answer. And we would like to take questions from the floor. Any questions from the floor? Anybody want to ask any questions to His Excellency from his presentation? It was not a special address, it was an awesome special address. Don't you think so? Give a round of applause, please. So, we'd like to take any questions. If you have any question, we will answer that. Otherwise, we will go with the next event on the line.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy. Any questions? Okay, now I would like to invite Mr. Gopala Krishnan on the stage, our secretary.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of today's program. On behalf of Gopio Malaysia and Gopio Malaysia Business Council, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the Netaji, Subash Chandrabose Indian Cultural Center, the High Commission of India, Kuala Lumpur, His Excellency, Mr. B.N. Reddy, all the members, Gopio members, members of the press who are here today, for your presence and support of today's press conference. Your role in sharing the vision and amplifying the message of today's launched event, the Gopio Entrepreneur Forum and Networking Dinner, as well as the Business Summit in Puducherry, is invaluable. This message needs to reach a large number of people so that we maximize the presence of both the Malaysians in Malaysia, in our Gopio Malaysia's Business Forum, as well as in India. This event, launched today, holds a key significance as the ASEAN Chairmanship comes to Malaysia this year, and it represents a key milestone in connecting ASEAN's entrepreneurial spirit with the global Indian diaspora. A synergy we believe will generate a meaningful regional impact. We thank all of you for being a part of this journey, and we look forward to your continued coverage as we build momentum towards the main event on the 30th of May and the upcoming Gopio International Business Summit in Puducherry, India. Once again, we thank you all for your time, your questions, and your commitment towards informing the public and getting the message across. Together, we can inspire greater cross-border collaboration and economic opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We're going to have press conference now. Ladies and gentlemen, at the moment, refreshment being served ongoing since the time we all came in. And shortly we're going to have a press conference. Media and press, please be invited to the front, and then the press conference will be held shortly. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, okay.
But I get for reason for an event or for roadshow. What we do is in our podcast we feature events, CEOs who really work as podcasts, CEOs, give a voice. So that's doing 6 January and then going to Cambodia next week. We have investments. We are investment media. We have access to investors. We have good followers, especially in this company. Yeah. Media just support the economic development. The number one is spread in China. Yes. With the Malaysian government. I'll send you more information about this. See you in May. I'll be coming up to the dinner. I have to go back to sometime. Yeah, the first time, but yeah, keep in touch. Congratulations.
Ini benar kan? Angkat kita. Benar. Number 60.
Yes, siap. Lah Tamil media wah? Tamil. Any no English media lah Tamil. Lah Tamil lah, English lah. Tamil பேசுறீங்க. all Tamil தான். Tamil.
Mr. Polo வாங்க.
We start. ஆரம்பிக்கிறோமா? நீங்க கேள்வி கேட்குறீங்களா எப்படி? ஆரம்பிக்கலாமா? ஓகே, வணக்கம். என் பேர் குணசேகரன். நாங்கள் வந்து கோபியோ மலேசியா இருந்து பேசுகிறோம். கோபியோ மலேசியா, கோபியோ இன்டர்நேஷ்னல், புலம்பெயர்ந்த இந்தியர்களுடைய இது ஒருங்கிணைப்பு சங்கம், குழு அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். இந்த 2023 வந்து கோலாலம்பூர்ல வந்து இந்த கோபியோ இன்டர்நேஷனல் பிஸ்னஸ் சம்மிட் ஒன்று நடத்தினோம். அதன் பிறகு இது கொஞ்சம் வெற்றிகரமாக இருந்ததுனால நாங்கள் வந்து இந்த சம்மிட்டை வந்து இந்தியாவுக்கு கொண்டு போகணுன்ற ஒரு ஆர்வத்தில் வந்து இந்த வருஷம் புதுச்சேரியில் ஆகஸ்ட் 22 24 வரைக்கும் புதுச்சேரியில் நடத்துகிறோம். புதுச்சேரியோட மாநில அரசாங்கத்தோட ஒத்துழைப்போடு இது நடத்துகிறோம். இது வந்து 2 நாள் 2 இரவு 3 நாள் கருத்தரங்கு. ஏற்கனவே 30 நாட்டிலிருந்து நம்முடைய இந்தியர்கள் வந்து அதை கலந்து கொள்வாங்க. இதில் வந்து எக்ஸ்போ இருக்குது, சமிட் அதாவது கருத்தரங்கு இருக்குது. பிறகு வந்து அவார்ட் செரமனி சொல்லுவாங்க, பிஸ்னஸ் எக்ஸலன்ஸ் அவார்ட் செரமனி, அது நடத்துகிறோம். இதுக்கு வந்து நிறைய பேர் வரணும். எங்களுக்கு வந்து இது வரைக்கும் ஒரு 20 பேர் வந்து எங்களுக்கு ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டாங்க பணத்தை செலுத்தி. இது மாநாட்டுக்கு வந்து விலைலாம் சொல்லலாமா? இதுக்கு வந்து நாங்கள் வந்து ஏர்லி பர்த் அப்போ வந்து $250. இதுக்கு நம்ம வந்து 5 நட்சத்திர ஹோட்டலும் சாப்பாடெல்லாம் சேர்த்து நீங்கள் ஃப்ளைட் டிக்கெட் மட்டும் தான் எடுக்கணும். சென்னை ஏர்போர்ட்டுக்கு வந்துட்டிங்களா, அங்கேருந்து நாங்கள் கூட்டிகிட்டு வந்து 22ஆம் தேதி முடிந்து 24ஆம் தேதி முடிந்தோன்னா திரும்ப சென்னை ஏர்போர்ட்டுக்கு வந்து விட்டுரும். ஸோ அது நீங்கள் வந்து வாங்க வேண்டியது வந்து டிக்கெட் மட்டும்தான். பிறகு மற்ற செலவெல்லாம் அங்கே பார்த்துக்கணும். சாப்பாடெல்லாம் 24ஆம் தேதி ஈவினிங் வந்து நாங்கள் திருப்பியும் ஏர்போர்ட்டில் போய் விட்டுருவோம். அதுக்கு மேலே நீங்கள் வந்து அதை தொடர்ந்து அங்கே தங்குறீங்களோ சுற்றுலா போகிறீங்களோ அது வந்து தனி செலவு, இன்னொரு செலவு. சுற்றுலாவும் நாங்கள் வந்து தயாரிச்சிருக்காங்க, அதுவும் நாங்கள் உங்களுக்கு வெளிப்படுத்துவோம். இந்த பிஸ்னஸ் சமிட் வந்து மலேசியாவிலேருந்து நிறைய பேர் வரணும். ஏன்னா 30 நாடுலேருந்து நிறைய பேர் வராங்க. அதுக்கு தொடர்பாக தான் இந்த சமிட்டுக்கு கூட வரணும்னு சொல்லி தான் 30ஆம் தேதி 5ஆம் மாதம் வந்து மலேசியாவில் இன்னொரு கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் நடத்துகிறோம். 30th May. இதை பற்றி டாக்டர் சிவம் சொல்வார்.
எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம், வாழ்க வளமுடன். இன்றைக்கு இந்த அருமையான அந்தி வேலையில் வந்ததுக்கு வந்து எங்கள் கோபியோ சார்பில் எல்லாத்துக்கும் நன்றி கூற கடமைப்பட்டுள்ளோம். இன்றைக்குள்ள நம்மளோட கருத்தரங்கம் வந்து ரொம்ப சிறப்பானது. நீங்கள் எல்லாம் கேட்டிருப்பீங்க, ரசிச்சிருப்பீங்க, செவிமடித்திருப்பீங்க. ஆகையால் எல்லோரும் வாரீர் என்று நாங்கள் இருக்காரம் கூப்பி எல்லாத்தையும் வாங்க வாங்க என்று அன்போடு வளைக்கிறோம். Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming, press, media, and for this international event. We are having this today, and then this is launched by His Excellency Indian High Commissioner BN Reddy, and this is a mark of the year for Gopio Malaysia and Gopio International, for us to have a long route whereby we're going to have a fantastically engaging events, whereby in May 30th May we are having the Entrepreneurs Forum 2025, and followed by networking dinner. And what we're going to do here, we're going to share a lot of entrepreneurial skills, whereby, like I said earlier, the entrepreneur and like just now the High Commissioner said, business is very challenging. Yes, I agree with it. But we are going to give you the tools for the entrepreneurs to become better and the best. And from being a current situation wherever you are, and you're going to go to the world at large. So from millionaire to billionaire, or maybe a trillionaire eventually. That is the kind of tools we're going to share with everybody. Don't miss the boat. The boat is around the corner, and book your seat. And if you book today and tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, our normal ticket per person is 200 ringgit only, but today it is reduced to 150 only, and it's going to be a very big deduction, and that is 25% of the total sale. And if you book today and tomorrow, please get your 50% ticket, and we welcome everybody. We thank you for your participation. See you at the top, and see you during the event. Thank you very much. இன்னைக்கு நாளைக்கும் 150 வழி.
அதுக்கு எல்லாம் 2 புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். இது வந்து அவர் பேசுறது மலேசியாவோட வந்து 2 நாள்ல கொடுக்குறாங்க ஆஃபர் 150 வெள்ளி. அதர்வைஸ் இல்லைன்னா 200 வெள்ளி வர ஒரு ஆளுக்கு. ஏர்லியா சொன்னது வந்து புதுச்சேரியோட வந்து ஏப்ரல் வரைக்கும் ஏர்லி பர்த் $250, இல்லைன்னா அது வந்து $300 ஆகும்.
புதுச்சேரியில் நடத்துறதுக்கு என்ன காரணம் சார்?
புதுச்சேரி நடத்துவது என்ன காரணம்
ஏன் புதுச்சேரி நடத்துறீங்க? ஸ்பெஷல்
சார்? 2023 மலேசியா நடத்தணும் சார். அங்கேருந்து வந்து இந்தியாவிலேருந்து வந்து பார்ட்டிசிபேஷன் நிறையா வந்தாங்க. அதே நேரத்தில் ஒரு 10 நாட்டிலேருந்து வந்திருந்தாங்க. இந்த பிஸ்னஸ் ஏன் நம்ம இந்தியா கொண்டு போனால், ஏன்னா அங்கே வந்து நம்ம வி ஹேவ் டு எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர். இந்தியாவில் இருக்க வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. புதுச்சேரி கொஞ்சம் ஈஸி கவர்மெண்ட் டு ஒர்க் வித். அது மட்டும் இல்லை, இந்த விஷயத்தை நாங்கள் இந்தியாவில் பேசும்போது புதுச்சேரியில் இருக்கிற கவர்மெண்ட் சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் வந்து அதுக்கு முழு ஆதரவு கொடுத்தாங்க. நீங்கள் வாங்க எங்கள் ஸ்டேட்டில் செய்யுங்கன்னு ஒரு என்கரேஜ்மெண்ட் கொடுத்தாங்க. அண்ட் புதுச்சேரி இஸ் ஆல்சோ அ வெரி ஈஸி கோ, இட்ஸ் அ நைஸ் பிளேஸ். ரொம்ப பேருக்கு பிடிச்சமான இடம். ஸோ தேர்ஃபோர் வி ஹவ் டிசைடட் தட் புதுச்சேரியில் அவங்களோட வரவேற்புனால நம்ம அங்கே செய்கிறோம். வி ஆர் ஹோப்பிங் தட் அதனால நிச்சயமாக ரொம்ப பேர் அங்கே வர்றதுக்கும் ரொம்ப சுலபமாக இருக்கும். எல்லா விதமான ஏற்பாடும் செஞ்சுருக்கோம். அவங்க சென்னையில் இறங்கி வந்து அங்கேயிருந்து ஏற்றிக்கிட்டு புதுச்சேரி கொண்டு போகிறோம், முடிச்சுக்கிட்டு திருப்பி கொண்டு விட்டுருவோம். தட் இஸ் த ஹோல் ஐடியா. அந்த நெட்வொர்க்கிங் டின்னர் நம்ம ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட் சீஃப் மினிஸ்டரே வருவார். அந்த அளவுக்கு எங்களுக்கு ஆதரவு இருக்கிறனால தான் நம்ம இந்த வாட்டி புதுச்சேரியை செய்கிறோம். அடுத்த வாட்டி இந்தியாவாக இருக்காது, வேறு நாடாக இருக்கலாம். இதுதான் ஒரு இது இப்போதைக்கு ஃபார் குட் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் நாங்கள் அனுபவப்பட்டதில்லை. ஏன்னா 873 வந்து நிறையா இந்தியாவில் வந்து இப்போ கலந்துக்கிட்டாங்க. ஸோ வி வாண்ட் டு டெஸ்ட் வாட்டர்ஸ் இன் புதுச்சேரி.
ஒரு நாங்கள் வந்து ஒரு 700 இல்லைன்னா 800 டெலிகேட்ஸ் நாங்கள் எதிர்பார்க்குறோம். ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் இப்போ தாங்க ஃபைனலைஸ் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். கீ ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ்லாம் ஃபைனலைஸ் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். இன்னும் 4 மாதம் இருக்குது. சில பேர் வந்து சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, எல்லாம் கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிட்டு தான் அப்புறம் தான் நம்ம சொல்ல முடியும் அந்த ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸு. அது 700-800 டெலிகேட்ஸ் வந்து மினிமம் 30 கண்ட்ரிஸ் 30 நாட்டிலேருந்து வருவாங்க. நாங்கள் அதை இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரோட் ஷோலாம் பண்ண போகிறோம். இப்போ சொன்ன மாதிரி முதல்ல திரு ரவி வந்து யூரோப்பு போகிறோம், மொரிஷியஸ் போகலான்னு இருக்கோம், சவுத் ஆப்பிரிக்கா, சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏஷியா, ஸ்ரீலங்கா, உட்காந்து இந்தியாவில் ஒரு டீம் அங்கே வேலை செஞ்சுருக்காங்க. பிறகு வந்து இந்த பக்கத்து கனடா, இந்த மாதிரிலாம் இங்கேருந்து ஆளுங்க நிறையா வர்றதுக்கு நிறைய வாய்ப்புகள் நிறையா இருக்கு. சேம் திங்.
Malaysia English. The reason that we chose Puducherry is because of the overwhelming support that was given by businessmen from India last year in 2023. And this time, the support, when we approached the government of Puducherry, they were very helpful. They welcomed us, and they have actually helped us in many ways in terms of venue and orders and arranged all these things for us. So it's also a place to go because India is on Viksit Bharat. By 2047, they're going to be a developed nation, and they are already in process doing a lot of developmental work in terms of business, which is important for our local Indians to actually understand. So by going there, naturally out of the 700-800 people, at least 30 to 40% of them are going to be from India. Besides the foreign delegation, we are expecting about 400 foreign delegation, the rest to come from India. So we will be able to interact because the Indians are also coming to this forum because they want to interact with PIOs from different countries. As you are looking at 30 plus country people, Indian origin businessmen will be actually participating.
How do you look into
This is open to every business. I think there's no specific thing on that. Although our objective is to develop Indian businessmen, that does not mean you cannot do business with a Bumiputra or a Chinese and all that. If any Chinese or any Bumiputra who wants to do business with India or with Indians or with another Indian in a different country, we welcome. So business has got no borders as far as race is concerned. It's basically making money, all make money.
Any chance Ministry of Entrepreneur assisting this event?
The Minister Entrepreneurs, we have informed that nothing, we are waiting because still got time. We have asked for the support, and we also talking to some of the agencies here like HRDF and SME Corp to actually send a delegation together to the Puducherry conference because it's also an area for them to to explore. We are definitely we are in touch with them. We are actually in the process talking to them so that they can take in a delegation to them. We are also working with the local chambers who are also bringing in they're coming in groups.
Suara ini Gopio International Business Summit adalah satu summit kali kedua kami adakan di yang pertama kali diadakan di Kuala Lumpur tahun 2023. Selepas summit itu berjaya, kami nak pergi ke India. Kita nak test India punya market lah. So ini kali pertama kita nak masuk ke India. So kami mengalung-alungkan delegate daripada Malaysia, daripada pelbagai kaum. Malaysia adalah negara yang dari pelbagai kaum. Kami tak tumpukan untuk India saja, Putra ke China ke orang Sarawak ke Sabah ke yang nak minat nak masuk market India. Satu kita ada delegasi daripada 30 negara. So mereka boleh network lah, bukan saja untuk orang Malaysia ataupun India. 30 negara akan datang daripada Europe lah, Canada lah, US lah, Sri Lanka dan sebagainya lah. Jadi siapa yang minat bolehlah menghubungi kami daripada nombor telefon yang kami bagi. Untuk April lah, 30 sampai 30 April kita ada early bird offer. So saya mengalung-alungkan semua mengambil kesempatan ni lah untuk dapatkan early bird. Dan apa-apa muskilan ke nak tanya apa-apa boleh panggil kami lah. Ada nombor yang telah diberikan di social media. Terima kasih.
Selamat petang. Jadi kita akan mengadakan Gopio Entrepreneur Forum Networking Dinner 2025 di mana Gopio akan mengadakan forum usahawan dan perjumpaan malam dengan makan malam. Jadi ini akan membawa banyak peluang untuk merajui ke rantau ASEAN, di mana kita dalam rantau ASEAN kita bagi tahun ni kita adalah ketua untuk ASEAN. Jadi kita menggunakan masa ini dan untuk mendapatkan semua maklumat-maklumat daripada rantau ASEAN dan memberi usahawan-usahawan Malaysia daripada hanya menjadi membuat perniagaan di Malaysia, mereka boleh berdagang nasib di rantau ASEAN dan mendapat banyak keuntungan dan kemungkinan besar ia akan menjadi lumayan. Jadi kita syorkan, marilah dan alu-alukan semua ahli-ahli perniagaan untuk merantau ke ASEAN daripada di Malaysia. Terima kasih.
Kerjasama dengan Dewan Perniagaan
setakat ini kita memang hasrat untuk bekerjasama, tapi kita dah hubungi mereka. Jadi dalam perjumpaan, dalam proses, kita akan mendampingi mereka dan bekerjasama dengan mereka untuk mendapatkan satu kita syorkan lagi, kita menyeru semua, marilah sama-sama kita berganding bahu untuk mendapatkan perniagaan yang baik di peringkat ASEAN.
Kalau ada hubungan dengan Madrid pasal grant for the exhibition,
kita memang ada ura-ura kepada semua ahli-ahli perniagaan yang akan datang pada kita punya forum usahawan pada hari bulan 30 Mei nanti, Kelang nanti. Ya. Dengan itu terima kasih.
Another point I like to raise, what they call commit here is many businessmen who can go directly and trade with anybody anywhere. But in Gopio, you are coming under us. When we go under us, we would like to hold hand with you guys. Okay, we want to hold on with those people who want to supply, and those people who want to buy, or some agreement to be signed. We will follow through. We will follow through until it's successful. Or if it's failed, why it is failed. We want to do that. We don't want to just have the forum, you just come there and then you just discuss with them and then leave them in lush. We are not want to do that. We want to follow through you. So that is main reason I like to emphasize and encourage everyone to come under us so that we can work with the right authority. Like what Mr. Ravindra said just now. We are working in the government of the day. We are working with the ministry, the agency, the authority itself. Gopio is already have a good relationship with central government in Delhi, especially in India and several other countries. We have chapters, we have branches in Indonesia, we are talking about Singapore, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, South Africa, so on and so forth. So any issues, any particular point that you want to raise or you want to take it up, we will check with our counterpart over there to make this whole thing smooth sailing so that we have less problem to conduct business among us under our Gopio's platform.
They want to be member of a Gopio.
Malaysian Gopio, yeah, as long as you are Malaysian, you are a Malaysian Indian origin, you are allowed to become a member. Of course, non-Indian origin also you'll be allowed to become associate members. Okay, not a full member, associate member. Okay, associate member, you have no right to vote. Other than that, ordinary members, a live member, you have right to vote. That's the difference. So you can visit our website www.gopio.my to get the detail. Okay, you can even apply through membership through that website.
ORG.
www.gopio.org.my. The contact number is Dr. Sivam 016 410 4426 or Miss Maha 011 1668 3552 011 668 3552. Email is gopiomalaysia1@gmail.com. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.